Hello and welcome back. We are going to have a quick team recap. We have Nell, our lovely starter. We're still having Razor Leaf, Poison Powder, Leech Seed, and Sleeping Powder. Ahsoka, Bite, Tackle, and Splash. Rin with Wing Attack, Endeavor, Quick Attack, and Double Team. Zuki with Double Slap, Bubble, Hypnosis, and Rain Dance. Dribble, Gus, Mud Slap, Whirlwind, and Quick Attack. And Ryoku, Absorb, Sweet Scent, Acid, and Stun Spore. Then we have Artoria that we caught with String Shot, Tackle, and Bug Bite. And then while off screen, we went up to the Lover's Cove, or K, it has it as, and we got a love disc. Name Hitori. We beat Misty when we found out the level cap was not what we did. So I made my sister-in-law go back out, and she told me for a search we're going to be looking at level 30. So to start us off, here we go. Oh, there. This is definitely one thing I am not used to with the evil team having different Pokemon and all, and the standard, bad guy mons. So it's a little nice to see them with that. Then we got that. We are slowly getting the process of working on getting some layouts and stuff like that as well for later. But let's see before we get too far. Got 15 Pokeballs, so we are now for Route 5. And we're looking at a Bellsprout. Which isn't a bad Pokemon to run into. But we are going to need to find ourselves a blonde hair. So there's a few selections. Obviously, we can't go with Artoria because we did that. let's see. I think let's see. A nice subtle one. Go with Lucy Hart for Lucy Heartfilia from Fairy Tale. And we'll go down here to the daycare center. And we'll go ahead, take a look at this. So we got growth, wrap, sleep powder, and poison powder. Not necessarily the greatest mashup, but we're going to put Artoria, possible a good addition to the team down the road. We're going to place her in the daycare. So we can go ahead, do one of two things. One, we can get her level back up, but also if it worked out, Nell is no longer asleep. So looks like there's a new addition over there. We might be able to go ahead and get ourselves a Nidoran female trade. We can find ourselves a boy. Let's see. We're at Route 6 now. Go up here. Got some of that old school knowledge. Let's see. I think we'll go ahead. Let's see how Rin does against Bugkeeper. So about the same level. Which isn't bad. If I would have to say, if I had to choose my preferred avian friend, I would probably go with Rin, simply because I am a much larger Staraptor than Pidgeot. Not saying I don't like him or anything, it's just I prefer Staraptor a lot more design-wise than good old Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. So I am doing my best to stay out of the grass to see if we get lucky. There's a Beautify if we got a Silcoon instead of a Cascoon. But sadly we lost our sweet girl. Mega Drain's a little bit better, I'd say, than Absorb. And from looking at Luco should be able to evolve after this. That's not bad looking Pokemon. Trying to think where is that from Scatterbug? I don't know. There you go. We go in. Yep. And we'll go down here. And I think we'll go ahead, swap these guys around. But now that that's the case, I think we'll give Rin the EXP share. Since we got the level up. And I know we're going to get hit with a strong flying type. Oh, I was mistaken. There's a flying type. I was not expecting that. But luckily, we are prepared. And one thing I've noticed is that it's a little bit different than regular games where you can switch in between Pokemon. You know, poor routes. But now Oscar Sweep coming in. I would say for the Pokemon itself, you know, the Magikarp line is pretty broken. You know, yes, Magikarp is one of those Pokemon that you may very well struggle with, but once you get evolved at level 20, depending on which version of Pokemon you're playing, whether it's an early one or a later version, I mean, I'm already past the second gym, and with getting the EXP share so soon, has come quite in handy. Nope, we do not need that, since we already have one. Ooh, Dragon Rage. Alright, let's try that. Alright, come on. You can land a bite. There you go. So we can do a couple things real quick. First things first is we'll go ahead and heal. And with that, we do have knock on wood, a replacement for both Gluco or Nell. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can possibly get in town. Hopefully it's something that's not a repeat. Does not make sense to go bully a poor innocent Magikarp. So let's try over here. Let's see. Maybe, if we're lucky, we can get us a new fishing rod by chance. No? But if we do get a spear, go ahead, talk to Mr. Fan Club. So when we sneak on back, we can go ahead and find ourselves no rod. See if we can get something behind the house that we don't already have. Like Chinchou. And I think go ahead and hit with a leech seed. And go ahead hit with sleep powder. We'll go ahead and throw this one. There we go. I think we can go ahead and we'll call her We'll go with Roxy. And we'll go ahead and place our backup, one of them. So we have Jolly Nature, Volt Absorb, so that could come in handy with Lieutenant Surge. Alright, let's see. Who is going to be another member? We are looking at Halo. Here is a little inside nugget for those of you. The reason why my name is Tallow is I had a friend growing up. Halo was one of the first Pokemon I used a lot. You know, not saying competitively or anything, just when we played Emerald. Oh, it was either Sapphire or Ruby, not Emerald. That came out later. But Taylor was one of the main Pokemon that I used before evolving it. And that's how we kind of came up with the name of Taylor. But we sadly we accidentally misspelled it, and we've got the I, as you could assume. So instead we have Talo. And since we have black hair and a female, we're going to go ahead and go with your forger. So looking at kind of my agenda and all, I think we're going to try and get one more route encounter. And then possibly head on over. Let's see what we have in the shop. Still got regular Pokeballs. So I think we're going to skip not skip Route 11. That'd be silly. We're going to skip Diglett's Cave because one, I know there's a few random level 30s in there. So instead of getting one-shotted, I think best case would be for us to go ahead and go with Route 1. This is just not working out at all. Okay, so maybe we'll get lucky now. And of course the hail. I really hope this doesn't. No, we are good. Thankfully. Not gonna lie, I forget that Gyarados' biggest weakness is usually lightning or thunder. Gosh, I can't think straight. Electric moves. Uh, oh yes, ice is super effective against flying. Water is pretty resistant to it. Let's see. Um, I don't think we need Whirlwind. Don't really want to run from Pokemon. Okay, so talking with my sister-in-law, she said there's a Pokemon over here that, okay, not necessarily one of the ones I would have considered, but Shroomis is a very good, decent Pokemon that we could go ahead and utilize. Go ahead and throw some Mud Slaps, lowering its accuracy. I'll have to go ahead and swap out. But I feel like we could go ahead and get a couple good accuracy drops. Just like that. Try to think of a good possible. Well, I haven't watched it yet. Go ahead and swap out. Come on. Go ahead and use Quick Attack. I don't feel like risking a crit right now. Knowing my luck, that is what's going to happen. Oof. I'll throw one more just to see if we can get lucky. But Shroomish is a decent Pokemon that we can go ahead and use with a fighting type. I think we're just gonna have to go ahead and risk it. There we go. That should be good enough now that we could throw. Let's go with no. Since that shouldn't affect. And we can go ahead and throw. There we go. So for brown hair anime boy, let's see. We'll go with Yamato from the Naruto Shippuden, or Shippuden, I don't know how people prefer to pronounce it. But I would say we got a decent little batch. And with that, we can go ahead and make our way over to SSN. I think we'll go ahead and bring Yamato because where it's just grass. We can then go ahead and give them the EXP share because I believe Shroomish evolves at level 20. Not gonna lie, I wonder what my sister-in-law was referring to when she told me there was a Pokemon down there and that I would love to get as my route encounter. Go ahead and battle these guys. When in doubt, always leech seed. I don't want to rely on just Asuka every single time that we have a boss battle or a trainer. So we're going to rely on a good old Nell. Oh, Fooey. I guess that didn't do a whole lot for you. Go ahead and little bit of a hefty person, but let's go ahead and put you to sleep. Level 26, I wasn't expecting that. The reason why we're not using poison powder is in case this timber has guts and decides to hit us something heavy. I prefer not to get absolutely demolished by it. And maybe if I can land a signal, but while we're that low, might as well try and go for the kill. And of course, it would be a critical hit. So I think what we're going to do is I might go ahead and wipe out all of the SSN and Route 6 and Route 7, right? Route 11, my bad. Might take out those trainers and get both Roxy and Yamato to evolve. But I want to thank you guys for staying. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you and have a good day.